Ijaw ethnic nationality, under the auspices of Rivers Ijaw People's Congress, has apologized to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, for the misdeeds of the Rivers State Governor, Fubara. Speaking through the Director of Finance and Administration, Niger Delta Development Commission, Boma Ijaw, Rivers Ijaw openly apologized to Wike and told him to disregard the misbehavior of an individual and continue to relate with the Ijaw people. He begged him not to judge the Ijaws on Rivers through the behavior of one person. He said it is not in the nature of Ijaw people to pay good with evil and that they are not ungrateful people. That is why they are celebrating him. The stakeholders spoke in unison during a civic reception they organized at Amadiama Abuloma, Okrika local government area of the state to honor the minister. The reception attracted Ijaw leaders, traditional rulers, politicians, among others, from Ijaw-dominated local government areas of the state. All known Ijaw cultural dance troupes and wrestling groups were in display to welcome Wike, whom they said Ijaw should eternally remain grateful to for producing from among them a governor and influencing the appointments of their sons and daughters at the federal level. The FCT minister was accompanied to the event by the Petroleum Minister, State, Henikin Lopobri, Adamawa State Governor, Amadou Fintiri, former governors and members of the G5, Samuel Otom, Benue State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Enugu State, and Okezie Ikpeazu, among others. Wike mocked the camp of the governor for opting for the APP as their alternative political party. He said, "Imagine in Rivers they are contemplating of APP. It is not about money. Money does not move. You can have all the money, but if there is no capacity, there is no capacity. All the things you see are people envious of our growth. We have defeated them severally, and if opportunity comes again, we will defeat them again. We have not started politics. When the time comes, we will play politics. Our job is politics. Tell them to keep their party ready. We will teach them what is called politics." Wike, who called all House of Assembly members representing Ijaw extraction to join him on the stage, said out of 12 of them, 10 were supporting the Speaker, Martin Samehule. He said 10 were against the alleged abuse of the Constitution and non-performance of the governor. Wike said it was not true that Ijaw people were fighting him, but that few ungrateful people among the ethnic nationality were put up to such disposition. He said, "It is an interesting occasion. When they honored me, many people go and speak on TV as if they are representing Ijaw. 10 Ijaw lawmakers out of 12 are saying that the governor has done infractions of the Constitution. These are people representing Ijaw in the assembly, and they are saying that he is not doing well. If anybody tells you that Ijaw people are fighting me, it is not true. It is just few ungrateful Ijaw people. If a father has 12 children and one can be an armed robber, does it mean all of them are armed robbers?" Wike described the crisis period in Rivers State as a time for some people to enrich themselves, adding that such persons see the state government as a big market. He said persons who initially told him that they would not serve him, the master, still served the servant, Fubara, were the ones running to the servant in pursuit of their stomachs. But he said, "They are not fighting me. I am too big. If you don't recognize someone bigger than you, know you are sick. I am far bigger, and all of them put together, they can't withstand it." Wike observed that his rivals had not won any matter they instituted against the members of the State House of Assembly, describing Fubara's camp as disorganized. "The ring road was me," he said. "I initiated them thinking we would work together. They are now bragging that they are the ones. I have gone to Abuja to repeat what I did in the state. Go and see the testimony." In his goodwill message, the Managing Director, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, said he was a direct beneficiary of Wike's benevolence. Speaking on behalf of G5, former Governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, described Wike as a good man who would never abandon his friends. We appreciate God for Wike, and we appreciate Ijaw people for this reception. He is a good man and a good friend and brother. He will not abandon his friend and brother at the time of his needs. We appreciate Mr. President for appointing you as a minister, and we appreciate you for not disappointing Mr. President. We pray for you, he said. The Adamawa State Governor, Amadu Fintiri, described the celebration as an honor and a means to build peace in Rivers State. He said as one of the leaders of the PDP, they would continue to look for ways to reconcile Wike and the governor, Similaye Fubara. Honorable Laka, let me start with you. That was a long read, but the FCT minister had a lot to say during this reception by the Rivers Ijaws. What do you have to say to this story?
Quite unfortunate. People who group themselves, maybe clique of friends, and then they target Ijaw people. I think there has to be a time when we should define what constitutes Ijaw nation, or who and who should be speaking for Ijaw. If I call maybe 2-3 friends, and then we gather somewhere and we say Ijaw people have spoken or Ogoni people have spoken, I do not see that how that is reflecting the entirety of the Ijaw nation. As a matter of fact, I am not particular about what name they have called themselves. What is interesting here is, and my area of interest is the word misdeed of the governor of Rivers State, Similaye Fubara. I want to say that if I am asked to say, I would ask Bumayaye and Co or Kelly, and those who organized that program they called Ijaw People's Program, to immediately withdraw that statement and send an unreserved apology to Mr. Governor of Rivers State, Similaye Fubara. I would have been happier, or it would have been clearer if they had stated exactly what constituted misdeed that the governor had done to deserve, warrant that apology to the FCT minister. And now, again, they said one single individual cannot, the character or the attitude of one single individual should not be used to adjudge the entire Ijaw nation. I dare to say to them and inform them in case they are not aware, Similaye Fubara is no longer a single individual, but he is an entity now that represents Rivers people and by extension Ijaw people. And so whatever the governor does is a representation of the interests of the Ijaw people and Rivers people. And so Similaye Fubara cannot be described as one single individual. Please, I want to say no to that description. That doesn't befit the governor of the state. I have to also, in addition, for the issue of those who are fighting or who belong to the governor to join a particular party and all of that, that is also another area they misfire. They mentioned the name APP. I am a Rivers man and I am simplified. I am fully simplified, but I am not of the APP. I am a member of the National Rescue Movement. As a matter of fact, I'm a member of the National Rescue Movement, and National Rescue Movement is part of the election that they are calling an APP about. And so everybody, the governor has said he is a member and remains a member of the PDP. He said that to the BOT when they came to visit him at the State House, and has decided to remain a member of PDP. Of course, that's why he was elected, and he's still holding. You can see him going around the campaign train and all that has happened in the previous election. He was fully participating. The Governors Forum had series of activities, meetings, and all of that. The governor has been part and parcel of all of that. And there is no way the governors should be linked to any other party or APP. The governor the candidates that are running for election under APP, are they not appointees? Some of them appointees of the governor. Are they not directly linked? Let me put the record straight.
Yes,
the candidates that are running on this in this election, some of them are members of either members of caretaker. Some of them are caretaker chairmen, currently in Rivers State. I want to inform you.
On what platform were they appointed? PDP
They were appointed as Rivers sons and daughters.
Under the platform of PDP.
They were appointed.
You cannot hold a political appointment of such nature without
Excuse me. When the governor, it was not, the appointment was not done on the platform of the PDP. The platform, the tenure of the governor, of the chairman, as it were, ended, and it was it behoves on the governor to appoint. And people, men of credible characters, were appointed. I would like to inform you that in case you have forgotten, in that caretaker we have members of Norge who were appointed. In that caretaker we had people who are non-indigent, who were given slots, were appointed. I'm coming. In that caretaker, excuse me, I'm coming. In that, yes, I dare to say to you now that in that caretaker we had members from IPAC who are in that caretaker. IPAC is a conglomerate of all political parties in Rivers State, Interparty Advisory Council. Now, 18 political parties having to be in the caretaker. How does that now turn to mean one party?
Now, if I may ask, Honorable Olaka, when the governor inaugurated them and empowered them to take care of their local governments, the governor also told them, he said, that they should go and work for the Rivers people and also promote the good of the party, PDP.
Okay.
You can make your research.
That's because he is the PDP.
Each time the governor spoke to them, or commissioned them, or admonished them to work, it will always be, he will always put two things by the side: for Rivers people, for Rivers State, and for the party. Good. Now, how can the governor tell one who does not belong to PDP to work for the interests of PDP?
Okay.
So the question is, this caretaker chairman that you're saying that they do not belong to any political party at all.
I have not said so.
If you have not said so, then
let me tell you what I said.
That brings us back to our initial question.
Okay.
These candidates under APP.
Good.
He said the governor is of PDP.
Yes.
These candidates that are of APP, are they not the governor's loyalists?
I mentioned to you.
Are they not working and appointed on the platform of PDP?
I mentioned to viewers in the studio here that the people who are contesting the election, they only mentioned PDP, APP in this report that we're reacting to. Now, but I am saying that there has to be a digression a little. We need to expand it to let them know that whereas they have mentioned APP is just one out of the 18 political parties under IPAC. Now the entire simplified family is not an APC or APP affairs. And it is the appointment of CTC was drawn from the simplified family. And
who are under APP, who are under PDP.
Some are PDP, some are APP, some are National Rescue Movement, some are Accord, and some are Labour, some are Boot Party, and some are Zenith Labour Party. People for all the 18 political parties are members of the caretaker committee, and these same person are the people that are contesting for the forthcoming local government election.
All right. Well, interesting that the governor will bring people from Boot Party and other parties, like you said.
We're going to be having a very robust state election.
And charge them to work for PDP as caretaker committee chairman. I find that very interesting. But then, Ifeanyi Chukwu, what do you have to say to the story?
This is a very long read. It's one of the foremost occasions I have witnessed since my stay in Rivers State, in Port Harcourt to be precise. Even during the electioneering campaign and during the commissioning of the projects that the FCT minister, did when he was the governor of Rivers State, I never saw a so organized a function, an occasion, an expression of the people's gratitude and an expression of the people's love and the show of solidarity for the person of Wike, the FCT minister. And before I go into the whole haul of what happened yesterday, which I followed keenly, I want to, bring to the fore some of the things that Honorable Leka said. When it is politics, that is why I'm happy he mentioned that there are 18 political parties in Rivers State. So when it comes to politics and a group of people gather, you don't undermine their capability and capacity, or you don't, by a wave of the hand, throw away the reason for which they have gathered. The people that gathered were the people of Ijaw national extraction, and they are citizens of River State. For the fact that in politics, everybody will not be on the same page. That is why they say politics is an interest-driven game. Your interest lies where you find favor. So to be on a national television and say that the people that gathered are not Ijaw people, or maybe they are not the representation of the whole of Ijaw ethnic nationality, and that will now water down what they stand for. I say no to that. The camp of Seminary of Fubara, the governor, has his own followership and his own supporters. It does not remove anything from there. And the Mr. FCT minister speaking yesterday have not removed the fact that a Seminary of Fubara is an Ijaw man. He made that clearly in his statement. And when we sit down and now cast aspersions, because it is not the people that gathered are not representing our interests, and you can see the litany of who is who. Even the traditional rulers were represented, the dancing group from Ijaw nationality, and the display of their culture and their mannerism and whatever they represent played out yesterday clearly. So the next leg of it is this. When Honorable Leka was making his assertions, he asserted that the APP is not a representation of the governor's mindset, and the governor still remains a member of PDP. Then I asked him very clearly on national television, 2 weeks ago, last week, the governor made an emphatic press release that all those who are contesting, all those caretaker chairmen should contest under the platform of APP. We had it. It was a press release from the governor's office. And as I'm sitting here this morning, I don't have any information that the governor has disputed that directive coming from his office. And also we discussed it and we said that let us see, it is next Saturday, if these other political parties, the people, mandate party and the boot party and whatever, if they will have candidates sworn in as substantive chairman of the different local governments in River State, time will tell. So in what the former governor of River State and FCT minister, Barrister Wike, in appreciating the people's love for him and mandate, gave a lot of illustrations to substantiate the reason why the people gathered. I'm not going to, make mention of the people that were represented and the sons and daughters of Ijaw nationality that graced the occasion. What interests me is the takeaway from the statement of the former governor of Benue State. He's not a Rivers man. He's an ally of Nyesom Wike before 2023 elections. Although Nyesom Wike helped him when he was being chastised by APC, just like Nyesom Wike is always at a warm embrace with most of those governors that are being chastised in their political parties, like he did for the Edo State governor in the person of Gosul or Obaseki, when APC was very uncomfortable and conducive for him, Nyesom Wike came to his rescue. So Otom have not forgotten that friendship. And again, what this particular read did not capture that Seyi Makinde was there. Seyi Makinde made a statement that he has already, come to see a lot of things in Rivers State that were done by the governor, by the former governor. And another statement that struck me was when Samuel, who is the MD of NDDC, made allusion to the fact that he's a beneficiary of the magnanimity and the large-heartedness of Nyesom Wike. He's also an Ijaw man. And coming to say that the Ijaw nation, they are not fighting Nyesom Wike and they don't hate him, that Nyesom Wike is a friend of Ijaw nation. That makes a rubbish of 2 months ago. We sat here and we discussed some people who are saying that Nyesom Wike is an enemy to the Ijaw nation. And Nyesom Wike, in his statement, also said that when he appointed from Fubara to be the flag bearer of PDP, people came after him and said that Opopo is, after all, not not an authentic or an aborigine of an Ijaw nation. That bringing an Opopo man is not giving an Ijaw nation their deserved place in the governance of Rivers State. They said it, and he reminded them yesterday. And all those people who were chastising him are the people today who has run to Fubara, who has, built their fence around Fubara and said that it is the turn of an Ijaw man. But they now forgot that an Opobo man is also an Ijaw man when Nyesom Wike floated him to take over the reins of leadership in Rivers State. Nyesom Wike did not forget to bring to fore that some people that go on television and accuse him of being an enemy to Ijaw man is also the people who have not been able to make an Ijaw man a governor in Delta State, where the Ijaw man is also being represented fully. Then when you now come down, Fintri is the governor of Adamawa State. He made a statement that I am taking to the bank, CBN for that matter, because I've always said I don't know the healthiness of other banks. He said that he has seen Nyesom Wike as a bridge builder, somebody that builds friends. He builds human capacity, infrastructure, and what have you. And he now said that a Fubara should leverage on their common and go for reconciliation. Those who has caveated it that there is no room for reconciliation, I now sit here and call on Fubara and his camp, the governor's camp, and say that they should leverage on this window that is still open, Laurentia, for there should be a reconciliation. There should be that move. And Nyesom Wike, when he was also making his statement, reminded the governor of the infractions that he's making on the constitution.
I was actually coming to that point because